Do you expect it to be even tenser than normal for a trade deadline week over the next week, considering this moment for you guys and where you sit right now in the standings?
Only real difference is you're another year away from the 22 years, so it's a little less of a, I think every trade deadline since has been a little uneasy, but the further you get away from winning, it becomes a little bit more of a sense of urgency. So it's the NBA, nothing different than guys have experienced before. You have to be able to play through it, keep confidence, understand there's so many things you can control, so just play basketball.
Steve made a comment pregame that just considering where you are, it's unwise to at least just stay pat. Obviously, Mike's going to make the choices. We've had these conversations, but are you hoping that something happens?
It's not for me to make those decisions. I mean, I want to win. So whatever it means to do that.
Your second shot attempt had nothing to do with off ball. It was kind of just you having the ball at the top of the arc, got to the rim, layup. With the way that defenses can adjust to off ball, is there ever a sense of, in that first quarter, more urgency, just get you the ball and kind of get away from the off ball a little bit?
It should have been that a little earlier, but also you know that there's going to be attention on the ball, and you know, trying to go pick and roll, try to create, you know, get in the seams, try to create looks off of that. Obviously, our struggle, you know, it's mine included, you know, in the paint when we get an advantage, trying to, you know, capitalize and make teams have to honor that. That's been a struggle, and then when that's not going, then you can kind of err on being more aggressive to take away, you know, clean looks on the perimeter or send more attention my way. So when we have nights like tonight, everything seems to be kind of bogged down. But 48 hours ago, it was kind of opposite. So it's hard to really pinpoint why it happens like that.
Stars of your stature can, you know, apply pressure and ask for specific things. You know, would you ever consider trying to put more pressure on the front office, influence them more?
Y'all will never know about that. We have conversations all the time. I want to win. Again, that's not my job. I'm not a coach. I'm not a GM. I'm not an owner. It's pretty clear where I stand on, you know, trying to make whatever necessary adjustments are to win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The kind of success you guys had tonight.
Moving the ball. I think we were mucking on the game plan defensively, so I think that got us some easy buckets in transition too, which led to a lot of assists. So that's fun. We play defense, get rebounds, and get out, really be dangerous in an open court. So that was the name of the game for us tonight, but you know, we play defense. I think we can open up our offense even more.
Curious when you see Devin going off like in that first quarter. I said the coach looked like he was trying to set the scoring record in the first half the way he started. Maybe just speak to what you saw with working with him tonight.
It's normal book game. Aggressive, knocking down shots, getting to the line, getting to a spot. It's a normal game. Something I expect out of it.
Curious, you mentioned the defense. Maybe what's picked up or gotten better. Maybe the last 3 or 4 games on that end, you feel?
I mean, last game we wasn't good at all with the scheme and game plan discipline. But I think tonight we were more disciplined in our game plan. And that's really what the difference is with us. If we lock in on taking away the things we want to take away and rebounding. I also think we've been playing good defense throughout the season. We just couldn't rebound well. And I think now we've been rebounding the ball well. Better. And we've been able to get some good offense and showcase our defense.
A lot of them said about Devin's scoring, but what have you thought of the evolution of his passing? He had to read like a really good pass, including the one to I think it was like an alley-oop of some sorts to Grayson.
Yeah. I mean, he has responsibility to do everything out on the court. You know? We expect that out of him. I think every coach thus far, who's coach book, expect him to make plays. You know? Whether it's scoring, whether it's passing, whether it's getting a stop. And I don't think anybody has just placed him in a box as just a scorer. You know? So we expect him to do a lot of things out there for us, make the game easier for everybody. That's what he's been doing his whole career.
Speaking of that, him not making the All-Star game, what do you think of that?
it's just, you know how politics get, you know how narratives get. Like, we playing in a narrative-based game where sometimes it don't really matter what you do on the court. You got to kind of sell your play, sell your personality a little bit. The book not even close to the end that type of person. If you don't follow his game, then you're not going to get much from him. You know? So it's unfortunate that that's the nature of our game. I wish it wasn't so political, but we all know that he's an all-star caliber player, MVP caliber player. That's Hall of Fame type of player that can do anything out on the floor. So I would love to have my teammate there with me, but knowing Bug, he doesn't need that validation at all, but I wish he was there.
Kevin, I happened to be down by the court when you and Senior had a little fun exchange there. Was that do you enjoy that?
Yeah, it's always good when I run into an older player, especially in the 90s. Who play in the 90s, because they feel like that's the golden years of the NBA. And so I try to let them know, especially GP. I try to let them know what it would have been like if you'd been on the court with me, you know. So they tend to talk down on the mentality of our era players. So every time GP, a great sport about it, one of my favorite players, somebody I look up to, got major respect for. And I think this started in the summer at Team USA. We were all in the same room, Team USA, and the first thing I said to him is that he couldn't guard me, too small. Them dudes that he played back in the day wasn't close to me. I was just talking crazy to him, so I guess we just picked it up from there. And I love that I can have that rapport with the older generation of players and let them know that I'm like little bro to them, you know. I always looked up to them my whole life, so yeah, I'm talking shit to them, you know? So that was fun. I got major respect for GP.
Did you say to him that he'd never seen anything like you before?
You heard that?
Well, it was on the TV.
Oh, they heard that?
They didn't know who you were talking to.
I was mic'd up tonight too for the Netflix, so you know what I'm saying. You might gotta wait until that come out. You know what I mean? To see the back and forth. But yeah, I said something close to that, I think.
You think you made it a point to him at the end of that third quarter there with all those threes you hit, because that's when you went back?
That minute, if you needed, I needed to show him that minute of basketball for him to know what I've been doing out here. I got like 18 years of footage, so that minute ain't do much. He knew that was coming.
Were you showing him where you take him on the floor if he was going?
Oh yeah, for sure. He's going right into that post. He's too small, man. 6'4". Not really physical like that, you know. He's just too small for me. And he knows that. But GP, one of those players that you're not gonna get the last word on him. You know?
How did he say he would guard you?
I still don't know. You know, he probably just try to foul me just like his son do.
Oh wow!
Oh, I heard him.
Defense was, just limit Curry to as many touches as possible. I think that was really it. We weren't trying to let Curry beat us. We tried to let somebody else beat us.